Here we are. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into Locker Room Sports Talk show number 227. Glad y'all could come by and hang out with us, make this a part of your day. We're always very appreciative. The show is growing like crazy, and we could not do it without you guys. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit it over there on Twitter. Give us a follow over there.
227.
You can find us on YouTube or iHeartRadio or Spotify's and any of your podcast availabilities. Just hit Google and just type in Locker Room Sports Talk and we'll come up. Make sure you follow us. Tell a friend. And spring is here, Dean.
Officially Thursday.
Yeah, brackets coming out. Today, we was a minute or two late. Was kind of in there seeing the guys kind of make a plug and go through some of that.
They're pretty dumb, but
they have their opinions, and we'll have some ours. And we're definitely going to talk about that. That's probably the news of the day.
Yeah,
it is. And I'm going to talk about some hard hitters around college football. Some guys to come back, and got some local news. We're going to kick around the table. Ted Cruz sets up a bunch. Capitol Hill. Nick Saban's got some thoughts of how to do some things.
I like that Cruz thing.
Yeah, we'll kick that around and get some comments.
Pro players too. A lot of them leaving, moving on.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of trust committee, side panel, or what. We got to do something. I mean, we got to have some kind
there's just too much change. I mean, do something and stick with it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes. Local news, talk about some of that area tournament here. Cherokee County girls take care of business over there, beat out Etowah to win the Invitational. And also, I got to mention this. I always do. I'm not going to try to stay on it long because it just aggravates me. Isiah Thomas.
What's he done now? I saw. Oh yeah, you
40.
Sent me that.
I'm 38 years or 40.
It's close to 35. I'd say.
Guys,
he wants an apology.
Yeah. Well, Mike's not going to apologize.
No,
because he called you an a-hole. Because you are. You're proving it by asking for an apology for something that happened 35 years ago. That proves that you are. He was. They cooked up a big scheme when they first started playing. The Bulls and the Pistons met up. And Rodman was on the team, not on the Bulls, just to grab Mike when he was in the air. It's been documented.
Right.
All the teammates have said it. Yes, it's true. That's what we done.
And they beat him.
Yes. But he called him an a-hole, and he didn't want him on the dream team. All this is old news.
But I don't think that was over that. They just didn't like him.
He's just a butthole. He's not easy to get along with. He's a smart guy. He's a part of the Pistons and the organization and some of their talent scheme and stuff. He's a huge part of the city there and what they do for athletics for the basketball team. Good God, man.
He's an odd individual. Why do we? I always heard. Now I don't know if it's true.
On and on and on. 38 years. I'll tell you what. He owes me an apology. I'll tell him something. Dude, move on.
Well, they said that when Magic come out HIV positive, that Thomas was the one that told that he was homosexual. Yeah, his best friend.
He ain't nobody. He's a butthole. I mean, Jordan called him out on it. And if you're waiting for an apology for Michael Jeffrey Jordan ain't.
No,
he could care less.
He's kind of hard-headed about that stuff, too.
You think he cares if you don't like him? He don't care. Nobody. Actually, I don't either. I just had to bring it up again because I just think it's just so silly. We've really just got to move on from it. We've got to.
It's probably been 30 years ago, but Alonzo Mourning had made Jordan mad. And he said he made countless efforts to, reconcile, and Jordan wouldn't do it. And he finally just said, well, the heck with it, He said he would not. And he just had to give it up. So I don't think Thomas is going to get an apology.
No, he's not. Move on, Zay. Great player. Enjoyed watching him play.
He was good.
Had a good career. He did not get to be the hometown hero. That's where it started. That's his butt sore. He didn't get to save Chicago like Mike did.
Yeah.
Mike, the guy from North Carolina, comes up to Chicago and saves the city, changes basketball, made it popular again.
Well, he went and played for Detroit. I mean,
yeah.
If he wanted to do that, he should have asked to play for the Bulls.
And they were terrible. The Bulls, Chicago was a mess when Mike got there.
Oh, I've heard a lot of stories about that. One guy said he'd never forgive Isiah that was real good that played with him. Said he got him traded.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they won the championship.
So Zay he was on Draymond Green podcast. This is where this was said at. Draymond brought it up and he insulted me internationally on The Last Dance and called me an a-hole. And I want him to internationally apologize. It ain't gonna happen.
No,
he's not going to apologize. We're going to talk about update stuff. I know I've got through the week from Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight. We'll talk about that too. First off, we got to talk about this. This is good news. Basketball stuff. We're going to talk about some teams in the tournament, the bracket. We're going to talk about.
Yeah.
First team All States news that I got from right here. Local news, of course. Ace and Libby or pick first team, and we're a little bit of a homers for Chloe, but she made third team.
I don't know. I don't know the other big people playing. She was on the post, so
yeah, a third team though. I just now we're a little biased.
Yeah,
I am.
Libby made first team.
Yeah, her and Ace. Also, Ace making.
Yeah, I saw her. She's player of the year.
Yeah, Max Preps acknowledged national player and also Gatorade.
Wow.
Player. So we have to bring that up. Hats off to her and all her accomplishments. And I guess from us, because we've been so close to it and seen her, her whole life and around the game, it's just not a big surprise.
No,
she's good, man.
No,
I mean,
I don't ever.
It's hard to make we don't mean to make light because we've just seen it up close. It's just not it's like when I'll use Mallet, for example. We're going to have Jason on the show. I'm going to have him on one day next week. Him and the guys went up there and did a great and finished first in all the weightlifting competition Saturday.
Yeah.
And when I see him do that stuff, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
he can do it.
Normal.
I've seen him. Yeah, he can bench press 550. That's not a big, like Ace being Gatorade, she should.
Well, yeah, who else?
I mean, she's great.
Yeah.
Look, you try to get the ball past her.
I mean, they got a team that probably averages I'm sure they average less than 10 turnovers a game.
Their turnover
as
percentage,
a team,
her defense.
It may be less than 8.
I know. You're not going to get around her, and she can score pretty much kind of when she wants to.
Sorry.
And we see her play so much. Yeah, they're going to miss some shots and have some games. But in the thick of it, she's going to get hers.
Yeah, yeah. Not many, though. I mean, that's 60. When we say in the last 2 years, 69-2.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the last 3 years, 102-4.
I believe that's fairly
or 101-4. Oh, no, wait, never mind. It's only 101-4.
Also, and so congrats to the girls, and also Sandrock's Caitlin St. Clair made first team. Not really a big. I mean, she's we see these girls and play so much, and
she must be pretty humble.
It's just not. Yeah, she.
Because her parents were like, she was surprised. I'm like, really?
To us, and we try not to be, but she's good. I mean, these are good. These girls are all good players.
There's not 5 girls better than her.
No.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that was impressive.
1,000 points, and
2,000 points,
and 1,000 for all the kills and the volleyball skills that she has. Softball, she's good at softball. She hit a home run over there the other day again, wow! So we got to give.
They're good kids.
Yeah, we got to give congrats out to them. Back during the week, sometime I went over and watched the Cherokee County boys in Galesville. Just played kind of a pickup game, I guess. Trying to fill in a spot. Galesville had a game called off. They was supposed to go to play somewhere. Galesville and Center played. The Center boys beat them. I think it was 6-1 final.
6-1.
It's
yeah.
like 3-1 forever. It was a good game. And I walked across, and the Center Cherokee County girls were playing Stardust. They won that game 4-0. I think they scored 2 in the fourth and then 2 more in the fifth, maybe. Cedar Bluff had during the week the boys lost to Gaston. They did beat Sandrock Saturday, and then the Cedar Bluff girls had beaten Faith Christian 11-0. And we've seen them play, have some tournament action over there. Went to 10 innings and lost 1-0 against Valley Head. They played, they put it backed the whole tournament up like an hour. So I come home for about an hour and let everything get settled down, and I went back over.
10 innings.
Yeah. Sandrock boys played Donahoe, lost one close one over there, and then the girls had lost during the week to Fife. Gainesville girls had lost to Skyline back during the week, but we've seen them all play in the area tournament. Cherokee County girls wind up playing Etowah at the last. We just got to see Glencoe girls play. Coach Tabbitt's always good to see him. He was a big part of Cedar Bluff baseball, getting things excited over there when he came. So it's good. It was good to see him, and then it didn't go how he wanted, and he was still kind of fiery, you know.
Yeah, but he kept his. I mean, he
wasn't. Well, you get older and you know change. You gotta.
He wasn't happy.
No, you're not supposed to be happy to lose, and he's very competitive and he wants to win everything. But it's good to see him. We always appreciate him for what he did at the school and bringing excitement to Cedar Bluff baseball. And Coach Corsi's there now, and we're wishing him a lot of luck. And he's got some good players, and he's feeling his way out and learning them. You know, he's kind of learning some things, and a lot of that team will be back, you know, next year to play. We to interview them and sit down with them.
We've got some good teams in the county. I don't know how Sandrock's doing. They're young, but I mean, Gillsville's 9 or 10-2.
Yeah.
Cedar Bluff's probably over 500. Spring Garden is. And Center's not lost much at all.
Not many now. We got a lot of young coaches in the county. So that's congrats to our area girls from Caitlin and Ace and Libby and Chloe. I'm still giving you a shout out. You're better than third team to me.
Yeah, but that's still all state honors, though.
Yeah, I'm a little biased towards her. I think she's great. She's been a good part of that team, and Coach Austin, I know, enjoys her.
You can always say you made all state.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nobody's going to ask, well, what team?
Yeah, when she's going to go and play at Wallace State, so she's going to go and continue on and play up there. And Libby's going to go on to do a profession of her choice. Just what she said. She ain't really decided yet. And, of course, Ace has already signed and played Alabama. It's big for that.
2 of them going somewhere, and the other one all state. And the other girl,
Caitlin, she's got offers, and they're trying to get her for volleyball and softball, or maybe basketball and volleyball, or she's got offers for all 3. Said they talked to some people up north, you know, at some places, and trying to get her. Jacob Cornejo made a trip for local news to Arkansas State, and I'm going to talk to him, try to talk to him more maybe one day this week, kind of get his personal take on just from rumors from close family. He had a good time, enjoyed his trip. I think they're wanting him to probably play defense, maybe, you know, of course, be linebacker. Of course, he would be good at. I
think so.
He would be fine at that. We'd like to see him get in there and play. And if you don't like it there, play a year or so and get in the system, and you can transfer. That's kind of what it is. That'll run us to the next topic. But first off,
that's what goes on now. I mean, you can.
Yeah,
it's not a.
Shout out to our sponsors, guys, for looking for a place to go work out. Nice, clean, small place. Quiet, not real crazy. Got a lot of new equipment. Got some new stuff, even some more new stuff coming in. I think this week, John said, over Warrior Gym. You can call him 266-4333. It's up here on Main Street. And also another big sponsor that's back on board with us. Spring is in the air, but don't forget, you guys, you got to get your eyes checked in.
Yeah, mine's getting worse.
Go over and get them checked. Go see JR and April McKenzie at 927-4030 or at turkeyeyeclinic.net. They're on Facebook. Go over and give them a like on their page. Just good people. I've known JR around here in the community, and his mom and dad and them forever. Just great people.
Yes,
always nice willing to help and do their part for their community. So Turkey Eye Clinic, we appreciate them. They've been helping us for years.
Yeah. For a long time. The whole time, pretty much.
Yeah. So that's local stuff. 927-4030 Cherokee Eye Clinic. Go get an appointment set up. All kind of nice new frames and stuff, and come on, give them a holler up on Main Street. Next topic, I guess, Dean, we've been talking about NIL. We've talked about Jacob and how the portal has hampered young players that's coming out this year, like Zach Gaylor, Cooper Martin. They both signed to play at Huntington,
right.
Or some other local guy, Hayden Bailey. Hayden went down, had a good career there.
He did.
Finished his education. So the biggest news is the Ted Cruz puts together this committee.
Right.
He's
very serious about it.
Yeah. What did you kind of gain from? I watched all of it now. I watched the whole hour.
Well, I think it's a good idea because I think it's something that, and I know people are going, all the problems we have in this country, and we're going to bring this up. But I just think it's something that needs to be addressed, and I'm glad he's doing it. And I think that Nick Saban's opinion should be listened to.
Yeah, if anybody's got plenty of experience and that type of deal, it's definitely Nick Saban.
And and I want to say this: people are like, what? Yeah, all right. People are like, well, that's not important. But yeah, I mean, Cruz is thinking of these kids. I mean, these young men, and it's affecting
women too.
Women,
that's
mothers, parents. It's affecting a lot of people. That's
what I wanted to ask you too. We get caught up in talking about the football aspect because the football is the money, okay, and football is the money. They're the cash cows. We know that. But what about Olympic sports? What about girls track? What about boys and girls swimming teams? Somebody.
So they don't get it done
somewhere. I know. So how?
I mean, I don't know. The Olympics, I don't think they'll ever allow. No, you're not getting any money.
So they're going to have to.
They're hardcore. I mean, they're hardcore.
You're going to have to pay. If everybody's not going to get paid, then they'll never be able to. It's just not going to work because they'll just protest it and they're going to talk Title IX.
Right.
They're talking about starting to sue people. Because, I mean, they're going to have to somehow we got to have something. That's what Saban's saying. We just need a road. Y'all were just running out through the jungle with a machete, just cutting your own way. That's not going to work.
Yeah, it's true. I think we need a map here and a set plan. And people's like, well, they've gone too far now. They can't go back. Yeah, they can.
Yeah, just make some.
I mean, to a certain extent, they can
make some rules.
No, you can't. You can't go back. Okay, no more money. Yeah, but it's just a mess. And this transfer stuff. Don't tell me they can't make a rule on that. Yeah, you can. What do you agree with? One transfer?
Well, that's another thing too. That's transfers and the NIL money part is the biggest part of what we're doing. And how money can be subscribed across the board to all sports because not all schools are as big a football part as other schools are.
No.
So now as far as moving kids around and where they're going to play, how many times can they move? I would suggest go check out Jake Crane on Crane. He put up a personal post, probably 5 minutes. And it's something like we've talked about. We've had Birds on back last summer. We've talked about this. Have a kid can move one time, free of charge.
Yeah.
Say if you transfer from Tennessee and you want to go to Florida, okay, fine. You got to set a year. If you move out of conference, you don't.
Okay. Within conference.
Yes. If the quarterback at say Jackson Dart wants to leave Ole Miss and go play at Illinois, he wants to go up there and play. Maybe his uncle lives up there. Go ahead. You can play immediately.
Right.
Not a big deal.
I agree with that. They used to have this.
Yeah. But if he moves, Jackson Dart moves from Ole Miss to Mississippi State.
No.
You got to stay a year.
I agree with that. And they used to do that in conference. And
they've just opened this gate.
I don't know why they went away from all this stuff.
I don't either.
And then there one time there, and I don't know the year, so don't quote me on none of this, but the only way you could not sit out a year is if you went from a Division I to a Division I AA.
Yeah.
You had to go to a lower league.
Yeah. Play.
Yeah. But you had to sit out a year. I mean, even if you went from California to Rutgers, you had to sit out.
If, Justice Haynes, tailback Alabama's just, not feeling it, and he thinks Jam is, was getting all the sets. I'm going to go up and play at Lindsey Wilson, where Corey's at.
Mm-hmm. He can do it.
Yeah, he's go and play. He just shouldn't have to set a year for if you're moving down or if a kid if Corey moved from Lindsey to go play at Tennessee, he shouldn't have to set a year. If he gets if they want him to come move him up, let him play.
Yeah.
The setting out we're saying is
especially within conference. Yeah,
set a year.
I don't necessarily. I mean, I didn't agree with the just sitting out generally. I'm talking about if you go out of conference, but yeah, in conference for sure.
That'll stop some of that. And if your coach, not your position coach, you're the quarterback coach leaves. Well, I'm leaving. Okay. Well, you have to set a year. Well, what? Yeah, no. Now, if the head coach leaves, then it's open gate.
Well, I really like the strength coach. I really enjoyed him, and he's gone. Okay. You're saying that
it's just an excuse.
You can't. There's hardships. There
are.
Okay. My head coach left. Okay, you can transfer and play. But okay, well, my defensive coordinator left.
No, that's not.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, you can transfer, but if you go in conference, you're gonna set a year.
Yeah,
that's just what we're gonna do.
I agree with that.
That's just the only way.
It's only if your head coach goes.
Yeah, they are suggestions. Now,
Suggestions.
Again, don't write that down. Like, well, we heard Matt and Dean was talking about it. She had to. No, this is our. They're not gonna do that.
You got any more? I was trying to think of one. Of course, you could get harsh and make them sit a year, no matter if they're head coach. I don't agree with that necessarily.
If your head coach leaves, you can.
Because that's who recruited you.
Yeah, you can step out.
But
it's not a problem. I
don't think Carson Beck should be able to start at Alabama next year.
No.
Or Milroe at Georgia.
Yeah, if he leaves mid-season. He just starts. He just moves to Georgia. They swap quarterbacks. Beck and Milroe swap.
Yeah, just trade off.
Week 3. What? No.
And I don't think now I'll go on with that. Nothing should be done, high school or college, during the season.
God, no.
Nothing.
And they've adjusted the windows. Last year they close it, Christmas time or, at the first of the year, and they changed the portal times where people can not just willy-nilly, in high school too. If you move from a lower school to a upper school, I don't see it being a big problem. And there's some situations where I know personal situations where a kid moved from Cedar Bluff to go over to another school in county, and they just wouldn't let him.
Well,
but because of the lifestyle and what was going on in his personal life, it needed to happen. And they balked it.
Yeah, he had to see it.
But
yet some kid from Spain Park went and played for Thompson after week 8. Are you kidding me?
This kid we're talking about, and he's not in school anymore. And I ain't going to say who or where, but you just see the point I'm making.
Well, yeah.
There's got to be the Andy Griffin rule.
He sat out for a year.
That's their Andy Griffin rule. There's got to be some fudging on something. I mean, if they're just leaving just to leave, but
he was not definitely 110%, 10% not leaving just to leave.
No, it was a lifestyle.
Yeah, well, I mean, he just went to live with somebody else that was going to take care of.
Yes, and we got to have people be able to make better decisions.
Common sense.
Yes, the Andy Griffin rule. So Ted Cruz and at last, before it went off, they talked about revenue sharing. There was some ideas of revenue sharing, like, what do you think? And this one guy's like, well, I think we could do this way. And Nick was like, well, this would be a different way. And they didn't go into it, and they kind of closed the meeting with, thanks for everybody coming. At least we got to sit down.
I like Cruz. I've always liked it.
I have to. But at least we're sitting down, and we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Okay. It's getting brought up in conversation, which is what we got to do. There's got to be a conversation.
And like I said, I disagree. A lot of people's going to hammer him. Football. We got to talk about football. We've got other problems.
We do have a lot of problems.
This affects a lot of people. This football thing affects a lot of people.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Billions.
A lot of money. That affects lives.
Not millions, billions of dollars on the line because TV deals, those are the things that's going to stretch out, which would go to the next topic. They've been hammering this about adding these 2 more teams. So 14-team playoff, because the broadcasting people are wanting an idea of, because all they know is 24 and 25. We're doing 12 teams this year and next. Fine, we got it. It's in writing. ESPN sold the deal. Fox has sold the deal. But
just leave it alone. Okay.
We want to sell for 26 and 27. So they've already decided, okay, we'll do 14.
I don't see the point. Do you see the point in averaging 13?
I don't even think there needs to be 12.
Probably not.
No, just take the best
8.
Just take the conference winners from each conference and let them play in a regular old just playoff.
I like the 6 model. I do. But
obviously
that's not going to happen.
Just having it large team. You can, because it's going to be Big 10, SEC, ACC, and Big 12. Those 4 winners, and having it large from like we see the basketball like.
Or you can just take your 2 best other teams.
You can add.
You don't have to win your conference to be great.
I don't. Just adding the small school stuff, man.
Look, I mean, it's okay in basketball, but not football.
It's not the same.
No,
the sport is not played the same. It's not the same. So we can't lay it out the same, because how it's played, the days of the week that it's played, how weather affects, and it don't affect all, but how weather affects football too, not basketball. Now, I know there ain't been no big, games canceled because of weather, but it's still something you got to put out on the board to say it's a fact, because it is played outside.
Yeah.
But we're seeing it in basketball. 5 plays 12, like Gonzaga and McNeese. 5 plays a 12.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're picking McNeese to beat them, but that ain't going to happen in football, guys.
5 and 12.
That's not going to be that's not going to.
Stop trying to make football basketball.
No, that's okay for basketball.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. No, you can't do that. I mean, if you're 12, if 5's Texas Tech, if 5's Oregon and 12's Texas Tech, that's okay. But 5 don't need to be Oregon and 12 be Sanford.
Marquette and Western Kentucky.
In football, no.
Just they're going to do it. It's already said. So me and you can sit here and ramble at each other about it. We don't like it. I don't even care for the 12. I just say take the darn conference champs. Just take all of them and let them play.
Just the Final 4?
Yeah, why not? I mean, because you're already having a semi-playoff anyway, because the 2 best in each conference is going to play, right? Mm-hmm. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 teams.
There's your 8 teams. Good point.
The champion and the co-champion.
That if you want to call that the Elite 8, you can.
Yes. The 1 and 2 from each one, and put them all in a bowl game. I don't know.
Well, now somebody's going to say, well, what if somebody else was to win it? Well, I want y'all to go back and look the last time somebody that wasn't in those 4 conferences won it.
Yeah, please let me know. Comment section's wide open.
BYU 84. That's it.
Yeah, if you're watching this later during the week, comment and let me. Oh, man.
BYU 84. And that was when they just picked, hey, they win it. Notre Dame's won it in 89. But, their situation is different. They're going to have to join a conference. But I don't know. They may be the reason we're doing all this.
Well, Notre Dame can never win a bye because they'll never win a conference title in football. Because in joining a conference, you have to show net worths. And because they're a private institution, independent, because of their religion, they don't have to.
You can't violate those rights.
Right.
Either. So that's why we'll never have a 14 playoff.
They'll never get a bye. Now they can get in this thing and be 5.
Yeah.
And they can make a run at it, and they'll play number 12. And the first 4 will get a bye. Whoever those top 4. Now, not 1 through 4 now. We'll break it down more as a summary. Look, the playoff picture, it's a little confusing. I'll just take 10 seconds.
I think it's very confusing.
The playoff picture is not going to look like the 1 through. The number 1 may be, say, if Georgia beats Bama, then they'll be ranked probably I don't know. Just say they'll be number one in the country. Georgia beats Bama. Well, of course they're going to be number one in the ACC. But, all right. So, but what if they're number 6 because they lost 2 games?
Right.
So they're just 6 in the standings.
In the playoff. Yeah.
But there may be 1 in the playoff bracket. How they start doing 1 through 12.
Mm-hmm.
Or they may not. There'll definitely be a 1 through 4. So those.
Right.
Like this number 12 team that may pull up to be Louisiana.
It could be.
Raging Cajuns.
It could be.
Well, if they win, enough games, and they win their, I don't know, it's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 boxes. It's not just, your top 25 AP poll. Well, there's your 1 through 12. No.
Right. No. See, I thought they would do that.
No, you can't.
And I understand that.
Because if you have a team that loses 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Well, they still may make it in.
Yeah.
Because they won their conference.
Right.
What if USC and Michigan type this
They're
year?
trying to make it a little more interesting, but it also might create some bad matchups.
Man, I don't want to see.
Where if you did 1 through 12, there probably wouldn't be many bad matchups. I'm talking about ranked.
Tennessee and St. Pete basketball.
You don't want to see that in football.
No, come on.
Maybe they'll they can't move past 16. I'm sorry. They cannot move past 16.
They're just running it. 14-team playoff it's going to happen. 26. It's already there. They've already put it in the book.
Somebody said something the other day. Said you're going to have to cut out a lot of regular season games if they just keep this crap going. Because these kids, let's not forget, half these kids don't play in the pros.
No,
they got to get an education. Let's just forget that. I mean,
I'm not. I don't understand. What did I do? I don't understand how if it's one way or the other, just stop, Mike. Leave it alone.
I don't understand the messing around with it constantly.
Why do we need to add 2 more?
I don't.
I
just can't even find other than money. I say no point.
Okay, but now
I say no point.
School me, somebody. By adding Long Beach and I don't want to say Dayton, but I'm trying to use these basketball things.
Yeah, he's just talking about some smaller schools. But let's say it's App State and James Madison.
What does that add? It adds money?
Just money. Everything's about money, apparently.
But how does it add money?
I don't.
Are their fans going to travel to the game and watch them play number 5 Clemson?
Yeah, but they don't have the same number of fans.
No, they don't have the same money.
I mean, I've been to App State. I love App State, but their stadium's nowhere near. It's half the size of Tennessee and Alabama.
And we use Cedar Bluff as examples in ball lot because it's our home school, and they know we're not picking on them. Cedar Bluff, you're in there on the bottom there. All right, you're going to have to play Sylvania. Round 1. No, that's not close. You can't play them.
Right. 3A runner-up,
Yeah, Reeltown and Gilsville match up. What?
Yeah.
Why? Who? That's not helping the brand of football.
Right.
What is it? How does that help? And somebody can
just even. We need even matches.
Now, when you get in the middle, when you get more down to 6 and 11 and 7 and
8 and 9, 7, 6 and 11, 7 and.
What did they say?
7 and 10, 8 and 9. Those are usually
5 and 6.
5 and 12. Apparently, there's more. 12 upsets of 5 than you'd think.
8 and 12. So I guess we're just going to have to take a crap game, or 1 or 2, to get those other 2 games 7 and 10 and
7 and 10s are usually good games.
8 and 9.
8 and 9, obviously. Are good
okay,
games.
so we're gonna have to eat 2.
Well, now they say 6 and 11s and 5 and 12s are good games.
Well, that's what that bracket. We was watching the stat box that's showing earlier about basketball.
Those 4 are good games generally. Now you get to 4 and 13, which could happen if they go. And the 3 and 14, no, they're not. 90% of the time, they're not.
No.
Good game. Which, I know for the basketball tournament, they're fine, but I don't see the point in a football tournament.
They're just trying to, Daddy said it forever, they're just trying to turn football into basketball.
Well, it's not going to happen. You're not going to have this where, okay, I'm going to go and say this right now, and I think Oakland's not going to beat Alabama. Oakland University and Michigan's not. Well, they upset them. Now, they may upset them Alabama plays the College of Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which now they just call it Charleston. They may beat Alabama, but if they play in football, they're not going to beat Alabama ever.
Well, and two, if Charleston scores 80, they hadn't lost a game.
Really?
Yeah. If they get into 80, it's a wrap. Bama's out.
It's just it's different sports. It's different than baseball too.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't know where this. I'm just not really thrilled about adding more and more. It's just
I don't know why they went more than 8. I have no clue.
Can you have too much ice cream on a slice of apple pie, Dean?
Yes.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
No. Look, a nice scoop of ice cream, cold on a nice warm piece of apple pie is great. And I have done this by accident. You put it on 2 big scoops, and then you soggied up the crust. Stop sogging up the crust. NCAA football. Stop adding more teams. We don't want a 32-team playoff for football. Stop.
Well, it's just like a few years ago with basketball. 64 is great. Well, let's go 68. Why?
I know.
Why are you going 68? And there's been talk of going 72.
Oh, me.
Not lately.
Well, let's just. Well, what are we going to do?
Why don't we just play off the whole year?
The whole year.
Just to play off.
Start round 1, like Kentucky high school.
Be a round robin.
There's 40 teams in your region.
Yeah, I was telling Matt yesterday. 16 teams go to the state tournament, and you may have 20, upwards to 19 or 20 teams in your region. Now, you don't have to play all of them, and the top 8 go. The top 8.
But in 100 years, you get to go one time to a.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the school Mom graduated from is over 100 years old, and they've been 3 times. The county seat where she grew up has been once.
I lost video feed. All right, hang on a second.
Really?
Yeah. I guess can y'all still hear us?
I wonder how long. Did anybody say anything about it?
Yeah, Mason. He's the one that said the video quit working. Let me try it again. This just happens sometimes. This is what happens when you do when you go live, and this has happened more than once.
They can still hear us, though.
I think so.
Oh, sorry. They can still hear us.
I think so.
Yeah, we had some good insight there.
Oh, Lord, that thing is, look at it.
Yeah, it did that a few weeks back. Remember that?
Yes. Maybe that'll. Let me try this. Okay. Mason says we're good now. Lance. Okay. It does that. It done that about a month ago. I don't know. It's just
computers.
This is what you do when you do live.
See, technology.
If we would have recorded this, I just would have cut all that out and it would look cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we just do live. You get unfiltered. Big Matt and Diamond Dean live every Sunday. Thank you guys for coming by and hanging out with us. Make sure you subscribe and tell a friend, share, and we do appreciate all the people. Dean's having his sinus problems. So we're taking his Zantac.
Yes.
I started taking mine about 2 or 3 days ago.
I took a Claritin.
Claritin don't work for me. I don't know why. And they're both a different thing of allergy. I don't know what the antihistamine difference is.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't work. Zantac.
Really?
Zyrtec. I'm sorry.
Zyrtec. Yeah, Zantac.
It's heartburn medicine.
That's heartburn.
Yeah.
Does not work. And they have actually pulled them off the shelf.
Oh, really?
Yeah, said they cause cancer.
Oh, wow. So before we got video clip there, we were just talking about stop doing 14. Don't do no more. And we'll move on from that. We'll talk about SEC basketball. The
Yeah.
champions, Auburn.
Wow.
Broom has, what do you have, 19 on the day?
Yeah, he's
several
good.
block
Broom's
shots.
good. They got Broom, Cardwell, they got some good players.
Mm-hmm.
And they're peaking at the right time. But the SEC tournament, Matt, I mean, my gosh. Tennessee goes down. Kentucky goes down. Alabama goes down. What'd you think about it? Florida looked great in the tournament, I thought.
Well, Sears, Bama's main guy, he picked Florida to win it. And obviously he was wrong, but they did make it to the final, and they just couldn't put it. 86-67 was final, and I think Broom had 19.
He did.
Statistically, it was pretty close. But watching the game, Auburn hit better on their free throws. Florida was not hot on their threes. But the turnovers were both 12, but Florida turned it over more late, and Auburn just put on a bigger lead. What about 10 or 12 later with like 3 or 4 minutes left? That was kind of it.
Well, they finished it on a 16-point run.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was 47-44.
Yeah, they couldn't do it.
And but I was just shocked with the overall tournament. You know, A&M scored 97 on Kentucky. Tennessee was never even in the game. Mississippi State nearly beat Auburn. Alabama got beat by 15. A&M looked great in the tournament.
Yeah.
But Florida had to come back from 18 to beat them. And Auburn was the most consistent, though, obviously.
Yes. Now,
I don't even know if they trailed much.
No, I don't think they did. I can't remember if they did.
No, I mean, they might have been down. I'm not talking about they didn't trail significantly in the whole tournament.
Well, I mean, I was talking about Florida game. I don't remember them being behind in that game. Were they?
Maybe at the first. Not winning.
Because they went up 5-0 like bang.
Probably not.
They went up 5-0 quick.
See, I called it a little late, and it was 15-10 or something like that.
So, and let's reflect then.
I take that back. Hold on. Mississippi State was beating them 9-2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Let's reflect then. We talked about this at the tournament this weekend. What did we expect from those teams? Kentucky, Bama, Mississippi State, Auburn, Florida. Let's go back to, I don't know, Christmas. And think when we started talking about this, well, March will be here soon. And who's what do we think? Bama lost everybody. Dean, do you think Bama makes SEC, tournament play, and we wasn't crazy about the idea. We knew they had a large group gone. Everybody left.
Alabama probably did a little better than I thought.
Yeah. Kind of like the football team like we thought. Dude, they lost everybody. They wound up in the Final Four in football.
And I'm going to tell you, Auburn did better than I thought.
Well, they won it. I didn't think they'd win it. I think I had Kentucky. And if I'm just picking early, like we'll do an early pick, I thought, well, Kentucky, he's a good coach, man. They're going to be good. Auburn's probably going to be in the mix.
Yeah, I thought they'd be in the mix.
I didn't see Florida.
No, I didn't hear much about Florida.
Or Mississippi State making a hot run here late.
Wow, South Carolina too.
Jeez.
They just kind of, the South Carolina, I don't know if you knew this, but they were picked to finish dead last.
Besides Vanderbilt, gosh.
And they finished second.
Wow.
Overall, now, not counting the tournament.
Right.
Of course, he got Coach of the Year. And
so looking back,
Tennessee kind of came out of nowhere. They were supposed to have been good,
well,
but this player was not supposed to.
Yeah, Colorado State transferred sometime.
Yeah.
Kaneka sausage guy.
Yeah, he's great. 20 led the SEC Player of the Year, led the conference in scoring. I thought it was a good year for the SEC. I just hope they finish up good.
They put 8 teams in.
Yeah, 8.
ACC only put in 3.
Was it North Carolina, Virginia? North Carolina State, obviously, after they won the Duke.
Yeah.
Duke gets upset.
Kind of surprised.
Purdue gets upset. Houston gets beat by 30.
They just quit. There's no way there's no way that team's losing to them by 30. There's no way.
Well, I got it here. I mean, it was just unreal the upset. UConn did not get upset.
They might win it.
Illinois did end up winning the Big Ten, but they had to fight 93-87. Oregon upset Arizona.
Yeah, I did not think that would happen. I got Arizona maybe winning this thing too.
And the biggest one, Matt, North Carolina State upset North Carolina. And Duke.
Oh, Wolfpack.
Hey, is it going to be a Cinderella year? Going by these tournaments, this tournament's fixing to be horrible.
Yes. It was last year.
It was terrible. I mean, it got to the point where people weren't even watching.
McElwain, our buddy.
Yeah, he won it.
He won it last year. Year before, Burleson won it. Jacob did.
Yeah, but it wasn't as many. No knock against Jacob.
It wasn't wild.
I think
it was pretty wild there. I think early, but then like last year, like the whole darn thing just went nuts. Like every week, it was like what?
It was terrible the first 2 rounds, and then Alabama and them got put out in the San Diego State.
Jambalaya Island beats Vancouver. What? Who? I didn't know they even had a team.
Cornwall Furnace in.
They're out of here. Big E Furnace meat markets.
Well, you had FIU, San Diego State, Miami.
Florida Atlantic made up. They went to the Final Four.
Are they in it this year? Florida Atlantic. I did not see their name.
I don't remember seeing their name on there. Was Miami get that?
No. I don't think they may be.
Them. And I looked through.
I don't remember
when you was coming. I was watching seeing who's they may be.
Now San Diego State might be.
Yes, they are. I did see them on there.
And of course, UConn, #1 overall.
Don't beat. Hey, New Mexico State too. They're playing good right now. Just seeing scores.
Well, from what you heard, they're really talking up McNeese. Said that they're going to the Sweet 16.
Well, they got a player. He's got a weird name. I can't remember his name. He's good.
And there's talk of Sanford possibly upsetting Kansas.
Yes.
Kansas. And that made a lot of people mad. They got a 4 seed and they're playing bad. It made a few people mad that Alabama even got a 4 seed.
Yeah.
And Auburn only got a 4 seed and they're playing fantastic. But Kansas, that really ticks some people off.
But it's
Kansas, though.
North Carolina, Kansas, Duke, those teams are UConn's. They're going to get a little bit of a nod because
they've had such a great history.
Well, that seeding, it can because they'll play some like in Charlotte and some in Utah and then some's out west in Washington. So and where they're going to place them, they may bump them. What I'm saying is to get a better game. They bump them to get a better game versus somebody. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I guess.
Well, who you got? Well, I'm just going, and then I'll let you. Some teams I think Purdue will do better. I think Houston, you better watch them.
Yeah.
As far as the SEC, maybe Auburn. Experts say Alabama and Kentucky are not going to go far because of the defense. Yeah. Do you got anybody you like that's just jumps out at you that might go a lot further in this than expected?
Gonzaga's always my team. I always pick them. Good. And Mississippi State's got Michigan State. They play Thursday in North Carolina. That Michigan State, Izzo's always. I don't know. Maybe it's time for him to get in there and chop it up. He's got to be ready to go, right? I mean,
yeah, he's getting up. He's in his 70s.
Yeah.
He may be 73 or 75. What about North Carolina? I think they're going to make some noise.
Always a fan. Always a fan of them. I am.
Let me see some other teams right quick. They say Boise. I heard some good things about Boise.
Just so early.
Nebraska. They win. Second time they've been in 30 years.
30 years, yep.
Creighton.
Yeah. I'll put a mark by them. There's some teams, and maybe it's just being a homer, but.
Well, what I heard in there, they picked Creighton to definitely go to the Sweet 16, Purdue for sure.
Yeah.
Tennessee, what do you think? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't after the other day.
Then again, you'll have one of them stupid games. They'll show up and they'll win by 20.
Oh, I know.
What's going on? Like Houston just getting drummed? How? What?
Score 41 points.
Great guys.
This team averages 80.
They just didn't get off the bus. I mean, or the cheer. What? It's such an emotional game, and we talked about this for high school, and you expect that with younger kids, high school, dealing with 16, 17, 18-year-olds. You expect that. They have a lot going on. Their home lives can be ups and downs, very scattered, or which college kids have boyfriends and girlfriends, but the same they're a little more settled. What is going football? Alabama, if they didn't make a 3rd and 10 play to get them pumped up, they nearly lose the game. They have to make a play to get fired up.
I don't know what's
going on.
That had to have happened. I mean, nobody won their conference it was supposed to, except for, Illinois. Purdue was supposed to win that. Nobody except UConn.
What's up, Jeff?
UConn did win their conference.
Jeff, he's jumping in here. Kansas could lose to Sanford if their two-star players can't play. FAU is an 8 seed. They will play UConn in the second round.
FAU.
UH has Florida. The Florida kids out too.
I like it. Yeah, I heard that they picked them actually when we were watching.
Auburn's going to lose to Yale, Jeff.
No,
come on, that's not come
on. But they did say that Florida might get beat by whoever they play in the first round, which I don't know. I mean, you got to look those brackets. Guys, just pick them. I'll tell you who does good on them, the person that doesn't study them.
Yeah. Hey, where'd you get your bracket? I just pulled it out of the newspaper.
Took me 7 minutes.
Filled it out. Did good.
Didn't think about it.
And I've seen me and Birdie's pick some before, like years ago, and just think about it, really, think about the teams and have conversations during the day.
And then they're terrible.
Again the next day, and he's like, let me go ahead and fix that one. And you work 2 or 3 days on one.
And they're terrible. Well, I'll go and tell you this. There ain't going to be 4 number 1 seeds in the Final Four. That's only happened once. So if you can look at your bracket and you've got 4 number 1 seeds, fill it back out.
Throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't know if there will be any number 1 seeds this year. I'll say 1. I'll go on record right now. I'm going to say that.
It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me.
I'm going to say there's 1.
I don't.
Because there's a lot of good 2s. There's some good 4s.
Yeah. The real good 4s.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you got.
So maybe a lot of 4 and 5 and 5s going in or something.
I heard somebody say, well, Auburn's playing as good as anybody in the country. And they're a 4.
Yeah.
Alabama's a 4 too. I'm happy about that. But a lot of people didn't like that. Not with the way they're playing lately.
And so let's do this, and then we'll switch gears a little bit.
Right.
Have you got more on?
No.
That was all of it? Okay.
It.
Well, those teams we mentioned, and you kind of mentioned this earlier, which of those, first, Bama's going to play Charleston. Yes, Bama moves on.
I would think so.
I think so. Mississippi State, Michigan State.
They could lose that. Definitely.
I'm going to go Izzo.
I wouldn't be shocked if they got upset. And I don't even know if that would be considered an upset.
I don't think it would be. Not for
Mississippi State's playing good.
Yes.
But you know how basketball is. 4 days later, you're not playing good anymore.
Right. They're in North Carolina. Then in Charlotte, it looks like Thursday, Tennessee plays St. Pete. I assume Tennessee moves on too.
I think they survived that.
And so we got Bama, Auburn, Tennessee moving on. We don't have Mississippi State moving on. Who else? Kentucky.
Well, Kentucky and Oakland.
Yeah, I like Kentucky.
I think they said Florida and Virginia.
Yeah, I'll take Florida.
Well, with this guy I heard, they just Florida's playing good. Now, who is A&M play? If somebody can find out who A&M plays, that was supposed to be a good game.
I remember seeing it. I didn't write it down. I wasn't real big on them. So y'all tell us, SEC wise, that's who we basically cover a lot. Now we're going to mention other teams like, I like Gonzaga and Carolina and those teams. So we like most part.
Let me see Texas A&M right quick.
For the most part, we like most of our SEC teams.
Yeah, except for.
And I'm going to put out a bracket. I'll go file Locker Room Sports, and I'll put one out, share it on the page, and try to get some kind of prize for somebody, whoever wins it. Not counting me or you. If we
can't win it.
If we're 1 and 2, whoever's 3 wins. Okay, we'll do that. Which I wouldn't.
Texas A&M and Nebraska. Now, this is the highest Nebraska's been in a long time, but do you factor in the fact that Nebraska hasn't been in a long time?
Yeah. Yeah, Nebraska could upset the A&M. So we're pretty locked on the other ones.
Yeah.
A&M and Mississippi State, we're kind of We're kind of on the fence with that.
I don't know.
Nebraska, Michigan State, we think may move on and beat the 2 SEC teams.
Could.
So, and I'll put it back together probably tomorrow or something because there's still 2. I think there's 2 games like Tuesday or Wednesday.
I don't want to be a homer
because there's one teams that's like, well, they play this team or that team because there's still games to legally finish the bracket. You know what I'm saying? Like Colorado's play somebody or something.
I don't want to be a homer, but I mean, I just don't think Yale's going to beat Auburn. I'm sorry.
Really?
No. I don't think Oakland's going to beat Kentucky.
Here's some more. A reason why. Yale beats Brown on a last-second shot. And those moments, and it's hard to get back down and then go play a team that's hot, that's got a superior coach. Bruce has been there a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's got them coached up. They're believing right now. It's an emotional time for him. He lost his dad back last year.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted his dad to be there to see him win. So he's fired up. He's going to be screaming and ripping his shirt off. He's like he acts insane on the court. I don't care for none of that.
Mad man.
I don't care for none of that.
Looks like he's going to stroke out.
Yeah, I think it's a little silly. But no, Yale's not beating Auburn.
I hate to say this, but Alabama just lives and dies by that three.
Yeah.
If they were to be off,
Charleston could beat
them.
If they go in there and go 4 for 24.
4 for 24 and don't try to drive the lane in. Kentucky's going to go inside if they're not hitting their threes.
Yeah.
And Tennessee is too. But Alabama just don't really seem to, do
Why
they?
not? Does Oaks not hold them accountable? Hey, can we get out? We did this last year, didn't we? Stop shooting the ball. Hello. It's not working. You just missed 6 in a row. If you shoot it again, you're done. You're on the bench. He don't do that.
No, he does not.
He just stands over and all his job basically, as it seems to me, is just argue with the refs about calls.
Did you hear what he said the other night?
That's all he does. Argue the refs about calls. What is he doing?
He said that they have not played a zone on defense one time this year. They stay in man to man.
Yeah, we can tell.
All the time.
Yeah, that Kentucky
don't either. Kentucky never plays a zone.
The Tennessee game, we can tell for sure in that game. Because you're getting smoked. When they're running those off corner pick and roll stuff and you got guys slashing the middle, ain't nobody even on them.
You ain't even got to play. You ain't even got to do the pick and rolls.
Florida tried to do that with Auburn. And Auburn, they're standing on the goal. How many times? I remember at least 6 or 7 times. Wide open. Nobody's even around him.
Somebody
gets picked up in the trash and he sneaks off and they're playing man. If you get in that zone and play a 3-2, you got people floating. You got those guys under the goal moving in and out.
Everybody hates the zone. Guys, if you're going to get smoked, you're going to get smoked, and it don't matter. I'd rather get smoked in the zone.
Me too. Now, who am I to say?
I mean, we're not questioning Nate Oates, but he did say that. We've not played anything but man all year.
My rebuttal is, I can tell.
And he may fire his defensive coordinator because
he needs to fire himself. Dude, wake up. Hold the kids accountable. Say, hey, coach, I'm looking in the mirror. This ain't working what you're doing. We're going to change it around a little bit. Let's get out of that and go to zone for a little bit. You know the old triangle where you run triangle and have 2 out, and they pick up the yards as they're coming down?
Right.
If you're playing a team that's going to come down and shoot the ball, like
most teams.
Well, Tennessee did. They did that big. They would come down and just bring it down and pass from left to over to the side. Bam, they shoot a shot. But they know when to slow down. They know when to get out of that. And that's what coaching comes to, is being able to adjust. And Oates is not adjusting.
He never has. He don't at all.
That's his fault.
And he'll tell it.
That's his fault.
Now, Calipari takes heat for not adjusting, but he does. Oates don't. And that's just the style he plays, and I think that's what the kids know when they come in.
It ain't working.
We're playing man, and you're going to do it all the time, and you better get in shape. And
well, what do you know, Big Matt? They're 4 going into the tourney, and they're playing Charleston. They may get beat. They go in there and go 3 for 30.
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think they can go. They better shoot 30%.
Yeah. I was going to say 31. Yeah.
Yeah. They can't go in there and shoot 19% from 3 and win.
I don't care who they're playing.
No.
Put them against McNeese. Let them swap with Gonzaga.
Oh, boy.
And let Bama play McNeese and Charleston play Gonzaga. See what happens. Because teams do match up different. Like boxing, they do match up different.
I'm worried about it.
Yeah.
I am. Honestly am.
I'm not.
But I hope they prove me. I'm not saying they'll get beat. I just said I'm worried. I don't think it's a gimme. All right, we can move on from that. But I do think they'll win. I'll give them the check.
We got most of our SEC teams moving along, except A&M and Mississippi State may not.
May not. No, I'll pick Mississippi State to get beat. I'll pick Michigan State straight up.
Different news for the day. We'll change gears and shift into a little bit lighter ticket here. More pain involved.
More pain for Paul.
Yeah. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson news. Dane, have you caught any commercials or any?
Oh, yeah. I've been seeing stuff. I mean,
anything.
I know it's a big deal.
Yeah,
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
And be honest with me. Is there any chance they pull some kind of stunt where he knocks him out?
I don't know.
I'm talking about some kind of publicity where Paul just drills Tyson.
I don't think so because it's Mike.
Kind of like
he's not going. I don't think he would
he wouldn't let that happen.
I don't think he can. I don't think he would.
Well, back in the 70s, there was a guy that said women cannot beat men in sports. And then he played Billie Jean King, and Billie Jean King beat him. She may have, but that seemed like
may set it up a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
This match here, supposedly from what I'm hearing from both camps, I've seen a lot of crap through the week. And they're not going to wear headgear. And they're supposed to be wearing 12-ounce gloves. And Texas committee is supposed to be maybe in talks of the boxing commission if it can be a real commission fight. I don't now. Here's what we do know. Now this is from their trainers. They're not going to wear the headgear. They're not going to have on big 16-ounce gloves. They're going to do a 12-ounce glove, no headgear. Okay, supposedly that's supposed to be a fact. But from far as I know, just knowing what little I know about boxing, I hadn't kept up with it since Buster Douglas and Lennox Lewis and Holyfield and all those guys come out.
Late 90s
yes.
For me.
There's different weight classes, and Jake is not big enough to be a heavyweight. Mike is.
He would be like a welterweight or a featherweight or middleweight.
Middle heavy. He's going to be under 200 or right close to it. Mike's weight good bit over 200. He's like 220.
Yeah. So that nobody in their right mind would ever have them two boxing anyway.
I mean, he hits like a truck, and he still does.
Yeah, 57 guys. I'm sorry.
But he's not like he's a normal 57.
No, and 57. Elderly people.
Well, but here's the thing, and I'll pull this up here, and we can share this for just a minute. This is a good topic, and a lot of people are interested in this. Here's the thing. I did this the other day now about LeBron. All these years, and you're amazed. I'm amazed by how long he can play, and at the age he can play at.
Yes, the level he's playing.
And then I take up for him on this note. He's LeBron James. He's different. He's not a normal, 30-something-year-old guy. Mike Tyson is not a normal 57-year. He's a super athlete. This guy was he thinks that he's reincarnated. Now you can find this, that he come from like some war tribes in his past life. Now this is just what he thinks of himself, his religion or whatever he believes. He's not normal. Okay. Let's just see him hit here. Okay, go on now. For people that are not boxing fans, just watch his feet right here. I'm gonna back it up a little bit. You see his feet, see his bend in his knees, etc. Watch his hop and his step, and just watch his feet right here. See that? Bang, bang, jump, step, punch, kick. Okay, when he runs that kick out, see that jump? That is something that not everybody can do, and that most boxers, some boxers can't do, and it's just not normal. And Jake has never seen nothing like that, because Mike, you remember how he hit you with the left of the body, and you would drop your hand, and then he would hit you with that left uppercut. It was a 1-2. It was a boom, boom. Because you're here, and then when you hit in the body, you drop your hands. You can't help it. You get hit in the kidneys or ribs, you drop your hand. Well, then he would body, and then he could turn. And when you're swinging, he's already moved. I'm just telling you, it's not. If they let them fight,
you think somebody's going to get? You think
he's going to knock Jake out? He's going to put him in a dirt nap coma. There's no way. Listen, I don't care how old Mike Tyson is. Do you know how long he's been fighting?
You think he could kill this guy? I mean, be honest.
We're going to be Rocky IV. If he dies, he dies.
I mean, obviously, he don't want to hurt the guy.
You want to lose.
Say Mike Tyson's mean, man.
Yes.
See, that's another thing. It better Holyfield him's not mean. Mike Tyson's mean.
He's mean. He grew up on the streets up in Brownsville, New York, Catskill area. On the streets, hookers and pimps and drug addicts, and he pickpockets. He was in jail 38 times before he was 15. Todd.
Yeah.
38 arrests before he was 15.
Right.
38 times.
38 times.
Jake Paul at age 15 was eating caviar on his dad's private boat. And when they got up teenagers, they started a thing with Vines, which put out these videos. His brother Logan set him on fire, and he would jump in the pool to get clicks.
That's pretty good, but I mean, it's kind of stupid.
It's their lifestyle it's
creative,
completely different.
So he actually set him on fire.
Yeah, they sprayed lighter fluid on him. He set him on fire, and he'd go run and jump in the pool to get people to watch videos. And they got popular because of this. They started these YouTube channels.
Well, I knew that, but I mean, I knew that he was a YouTuber.
Yes, and he had boxed. And here's some more action for you. If you want to, please, when we get off here, go watch Jake fight Tyson Fury's son, the heavyweight champ. What was his name? I forgot the guy's name. Younger guy. He couldn't beat him. And he's not even that guy's not, he is pretty much a kind of a legitimate boxer. We're talking about very, very low amateur fighting. Mike Tyson's been knocking out people since he's a kid. He used to snatch chains and purses and run in stores and steal stuff and go hide in these alleyways. And he knew when he'd go in apartments, he knew which floors had holes in them so he could fall through the floor and hide from the cops. Right. When he was 12, Jake Paul never had to steal anything to eat. Mike Tyson has had to steal to have food.
Well,
he's a killer.
Why didn't Paul call out who's somebody that's aggressive that plays another pro sport? Draymond Green. I'll fight Draymond Green live on TV. Yeah. Why do you got to call out Tyson? I'll fight Travis Kelce. Ray Lewis. Mike Tyson? Come on.
Dude.
This is like saying I want to do a tackling drill with Ray Lewis.
No, why? He's going to kill you.
Or I want to do a 3-point contest with Steph Curry.
Yeah, I want to shoot threes with.
I'm going to smoke him and know that girl didn't nearly beat him.
We're going to call out. I'll do a 3-point contest with Ray Allen. What?
Yeah. Klay Thompson. What? You're stupid. We're going to do 100. Best out of 100.
Yeah, best. We're going to play 21 Reggie Miller. Well, he's old and slow. Reggie Miller will smoke you. Yeah. Take a kid that's a pretty good high school kid, just pretty good high school, and he's going to play Reggie Miller. Yeah, Reggie's old and slow. He's going to destroy you.
Yes. And that's what this guy's done. Obviously, it's for publicity. Or I'm going to race Jeff Gordon in my car. We're going to go meet down at Steele, and I want to see if Jeff can take me.
Not even that. I'm going to race Bubba Teague in a dirt track race. No, it's not going to win. Bubba's going to beat you.
Bubba won more down there than anybody I've ever seen in my life. They got ridiculous.
Well, I'm saying as an amateur guy, I knew dirt track. I would work on the cars. I could get in it. I could crank it. I could drive it. I could load it on a trailer. I can make laps around the track, but I ain't outrunning Bubba. It's not happening.
I got to say I did help. I got help to get mud out of the tire. I really did. But now.
And I know we're making local gestures. And if you're from around here, you know what
he
we're
won all
about.
The time.
But
he went through periods where he won all.
Yeah, but we're saying it's that level. And I'm just not excited about. Jake just needs a reality check. And this is going to be a time for him to get his head right. Because if they here's the next part and we'll move on. If they let them fight, if this is not just a Roy Jones Jr., have y'all see Tyson fight Roy Jones Jr.?
He smoked him.
It was an exhibition.
Right.
At the end, they got both their hands. Thank you. Both guys come out. We raised a lot of money for kids. Right. Thank you. And Mike's hugging Roy. Man, good to see you, brother. And Roy's like, "Whoo, man, you wore me out. I am not in shape." Mike has still got it. Wow, Mike, thanks for doing this. Race money. Whew, you nearly killed me out there. Roy Jones Jr. is great. He's a Hall of Famer for his weight class.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
It's great.
Is this going to be like Thunder Lips and Rocky Balboa? You remember Thunder Lips?
Yes, Hulk Hogan.
Boy, he beat him.
Yeah, in real life. Yeah, go watch some behind the scenes on that.
That was
because he said hit him. Hogan's like, well, when Rock Stallone, and it's like 6'6" versus 5'10".
Oh gosh,
he says, "No, really hit me," and Hogan's like, you mean like really hit you? He's like, yeah, when I get down on the ground, you take your forearm, really hit him. So he does it in the movie, and you see him when he hits the ground, like, boom. I mean,
So you think it's going to be something like that? It's just going to be
if
awful.
they just do it for a show and they just let them go out there and they're like, there's a no knockout clause, like what they did with Roy Jones. No, y'all can't knock each other out. Don't swing hard for the head. But if he hits him, he could listen. He hits Jake Paul one of those left cuts he could bust his spleen.
Oh gosh,
Mike Tyson, he's never listen. I could talk about this all day.
Let me tell you,
Mike Tyson has been hit by people that punch way harder than Jake Paul. True.
Mm-hmm.
We're not boxing experts. We're not. But I know a lot about.
Well, I don't know if you have to be.
So we can assert this: Mike Tyson has been hit harder than Jake Paul could punch. Yes. We know, even if you don't follow it well, you know that. Jake Paul has been hit harder by people than what Mike Tyson's going to punch him. No.
No. Definitely not.
No. That's not so.
I don't think he realizes what he's getting. He needs to watch Rocky 3. Mr. T's character in Rocky 3, Clubber Lang, was absolutely vicious. That's who Mike Tyson's like. He's probably not as mean as Clubber Lang.
I don't know, man.
But he's close.
When he gets in the ring. And if you were our age, you seen those eyes on that guy. And when I watched those sparring lessons, that he's got that look, man. And Mike's has these little weird eyebrows that kind of
probably needs to go watch some of his videos.
Like cut up in the middle, has that eyebrows kind of naturally like, dude, I ain't want to look in that guy in the eye. He'll kill you.
Well, and I'm not going to say their names.
He had tigers for pets. I mean,
but there was some local tough guys around here. I'm not going to say their names. Yeah. I'm just going to use one from Cedar Bluff. I wouldn't have messed with him when he was 57.
I know some that's passed away.
Yeah, this guy's passed away.
This guy was in his 40s and he lived over here. No, dude, there's two people jumped out of on this guy in a car, pulled a knife on him. He tried to stab him with a knife. He punched the knife. It stuck in his hand, and he took the knife away from him and beat both of them up and put them back in the car.
Like the Terminator.
No, you don't mess with people like that.
There's some people you just don't mess with.
No, and I always got along with this person, and I'm glad that I did, and I never had any qualms with him. I
wasn't going to say nothing to him, no way.
No. Well, he was always friendly, mostly to people anyway. He's friendly.
The one I was talking about, which we may be talking about the other, I saw him on the side of the road one day and said, I'm stopping and picking him up because I don't want to be that guy that said, hey, I saw you, and you just kept going.
Come here to me.
And he was nice. He was great. Appreciate it. Thank you.
But man,
which I knew him my whole life anyway. So.
Okay, I don't. But there's got to be two picks. Okay, if they let them fight, if they just let them, they're going to let them fight. Then it's going to be Tyson easy. Round one, maybe two. Now, if it's going to be an exhibition, Texas Commission can't make this a match because the weight classes are way too different. You can't. You can't have You can't have a super heavyweight guy fight a lower heavyweight.
Protect these guys.
It's too much weight class. So Texas Commission is not going to pass this as a legit fight. There's not going to be a licensed judges
that
has license to judge IBA boxing.
Right.
A referee that has a card license to be a referee in a legit licensed boxing match. We're going to have a ref that's probably a retired guy that works at local gyms around there somewhere, and they both may know him. And they're going to have some celebrity judges that probably writers for boxing magazines and know the sport and can judge it pretty well, but they're not licensed scorers because they're just going to be an exhibition.
I just hope Tyson don't go in there mad at him and try to hurt him, which I don't think he will.
I think
we've seen him. I mean, you know what he did to Holyfield? I mean, bit his ear off, guys.
Holyfield kept headbutting him.
Right, he did.
And I'm a Tyson fan, and I watched that fight, and people that are not are going to say, well, Tyson headbutted people too. Yeah, he did, but that
was a rough old fight there now.
And Tyson was not ready. Mentally, he had reached toward the end of his career, and Holyfield had made a revamped himself.
He did, kind of like George Foreman did.
And Holyfield, have you seen him lately? He tried to spar a guy Bellator like 2 years ago overseas.
Did he not do good?
He can't even hardly throw a punch.
Really?
He's got dementia real bad. He took too many headshots.
Right.
He just can't. He's in the ring like this.
Is he kind of like Muhammad?
I mean, his punches are legit this fast. And the guy embarrassed him, and they wouldn't let the other guy he fought Bellator for a year or two. Like they banned him for beating up Holyfield. Like, he's crippled. Why'd you fight him? Why'd you do that? That's terrible.
He didn't know, did he?
Well, yeah. I mean, his promoters and all the people knew he was slower, but Evander wanted it, and they signed off on it. He's like, well, look, man, he signed his name on it. So if he wants a butt whooping, I'm on. Which he didn't try to embarrass him, but he still. It was. Evander, his camp, his people should not let him fight. Tyson is not that.
Right.
He's ready. So July 20th.
I'm excited about that.
Well, we're talking.
Interested.
Yeah, July 20th will be on Netflix. Saturday, July 20th. And again, here's something else interesting. We'll wrap it up here. I got a few receivers we can mention for college to look after.
Yeah,
April the 8th will be the finals for the NCAA tournament. So that'll be.
Yeah, I told Matt that's the latest it's ever been in the history of the
6th will be the Final Four. So for you people planning to travel to some of those games, it's going to be 1st April, that first week.
Yeah, he said the eclipse was on the 8th, right?
Yeah. So, and also you science-minded people, I love that stuff. Probably after lunchtime around here, you'll be able to see the eclipse. And if you want to learn how to build a little box so you can see it or share it with your kid, I'll be glad to show you how to do it. Or I'm sure you can look up a video on how to build. You take a little box, cut 2 holes, put a white piece of paper inside. On the other one, put tinfoil, poke a hole, and the sun's to your back. And you let the sun shine in the hole, and it'll show it. Right. As eclipse. But anyway.
Very interesting.
Yes. And it's 7 years ago that we had this eclipse. And the eclipse is passing through. It's going to mark where it come through last time 7 years ago this way, and where it's coming through from the southwest this time this way. You know where they cross? They cross in a town.
Oh, no. What town? I mean, I know.
They cross in a town named Jacob, which is defined that name means Israel. And it's been 7 years since the other one.
I'm sure somebody tries to say, that's a setup.
Do you see what I'm saying here?
Yeah, that's where they cross.
I mean, that's strange, though. Why?
It's kind of odd.
That is odd.
Yeah.
That it crosses in a town that means Israel. And it's been set up. And it's been 7 years, which is 7 is the number. And
the number of
that's God's number.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're fixing to go cashless. Not trying to get no biblical study, but we're getting closer and closer to a cashless society.
Well, you better have your heart right, your head ready, and
very, very close. Yeah. Am I not kidding?
No.
Am I kidding?
No. Glass Joe, Clint Decker says.
Do what?
Yeah, Glass Joe. That on Mike Tyson game. That's man. I just don't see. I don't see Jake. Even if it's exhibition, I don't. He's
not going to beat him.
Do you say the way Mike was hopping around there? Did he look like he's 57?
No. Well, the thing is, I don't know that 50. And I'm saying this obviously because I'm 51, but 57 it's not
like it used to be.
No.
And two, he takes blood transfusion like stuff that oxygenates his blood. He has the best trainers and best doctors. Right. Stem cell things that add to your body, like LeBron does. Those things we were talking about him last year. Tyson's on the same thing. So he's not your normal 57-year-old because he's a multimillionaire that has a lot of good doctors and trainers around him. He's going to be ready. He's not going to go in there and Jake's just going to drill him. The only thing I am worried about is one thing.
If it goes on
longevity,
right? Because
he is 57, and you can't escape his reaction.
No
reaction time. It slows down. You can't help it.
I mean, that's just normal.
Physically, he can take care of himself in a lot of ways. He can probably be built like a 37-year-old, which is, I mean, most men are using the prime of their life about 28 to 30. So he can kind of be like a little past his prime. Physically, mentally, he knows way more about boxing than Jake Paul. Yes.
Yeah. And he's not going to know, but he's not going to be able to react.
But that reaction, when he sees a punch coming, is he going to be able to, because his thing has always been that head down, his gloves up, and he ducks under those people's punches and lunges. His time is going to be off a little bit. I'm still
but does he probably got
I'm not worried.
One or two of them in him.
I'm not worried.
Of those moves.
Oh, yeah.
He just can't do it the whole time.
Yeah. Now, if they go like, I heard 12 rounds. Now that's just crazy. I think Roy
I'll
Jones
to a house on that. That
maybe
ain't going 12 rounds.
do like a 5 2-minute rounds. Let's do a 10-minute thing with a break and 30 seconds in between the.
We're gonna have a local boxing tournament and it's 3 rounds for 1 minute.
Yeah,
that kid. I mean,
Jason Mallett. We're gonna have Jason. He's gonna head it up. I'm gonna try to get him on, by the way, next week.
Yeah,
because I want to congratulate him. We're gonna do some more videos.
He boxed before.
Yeah, all the guys, him and up here in town.
I know Austin has.
Yeah, we all used to just. I didn't. I watched some.
Yeah, I'm not trying to I know. I've seen Jonathan box.
Yes, I'm not trying to. When Randy and all the guys up town had the ring, I ain't trying to get knocked out. Them dudes knocked my head off.
But what was great about them is they go in there and do that and wouldn't get mad at each other.
No,
there wasn't we're going to fight after this.
No, you're training. You're really trying to learn a sport, and boxing is a sport. It is a sport, and there's a technique to it, and there's a way to learn, and But so I don't see Tyson getting beaten this.
No,
I don't.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Top 5 wide receivers, Dean. I had to mention some of these guys. Some college football news. We try to bring you college football news every week. These are just some top 5 wide receivers. With Harsin, Bowers, and Odunze all going to be going to the NFL, making their money. Making more money.
I like Odunze.
Missouri's Burden, definitely
number 1
contender. He's a top 5 guy to be steady-eyed for.
Yes.
Arizona kid, the McMillan. He's a guy to keep on your list. Put him on your short list. And, of course, Ibuka from the.
He's back again. Ibuka. I like Egbuka. Egbuka.
Yeah. Okay. Taz Johnson from Oregon. He's going to be a guy to watch. Gabriel hook up with probably a lot this year.
Yes.
And also Trey Harris, the kid from Ole Miss, the Harris kid.
Oh, he's good, man. Yeah. Trey Harris. Yeah. He's very, very good.
Y'all keep him thinking about. And of course, IB Bond. He's at Texas. He's going to be. He's a second-team All-SEC guy last year. I'm sure Sark will get him the ball. And also Travis Hunter at Colorado. I have to say him. He is a special, special talent.
Are they going to? Have they decided if he's going to play one way or is he just going to keep?
I don't know. Deion tries to hold him back a little, but he does let him. He's going to play both ways in some games.
Of course, you got Squirrel White back at Tennessee. I mean, he's a good one.
Boy, man,
Bond is a good one. I don't know who Alabama's go-to guy will be.
We don't know.
We don't really know who George's will be. What did you say that?
I went through some.
Lovett was coming back.
Yeah,
Lovett and Rah.
Yeah,
Thomas.
Yeah, those are some guys to keep eye on. Breakout players. I will mention this and move out of here from. Johnson went to Kentucky, up Georgia, their linebacker, so he's going to have to step up. Rylan Wilson, he'll be a breakout player to look for SEC play. Also, Ohio State, Will Howard.
Yes.
With Chip Kelly calling plays, Dean, at the. I don't know why they are not favored. Again, we picked them last year.
I don't know how you couldn't this year.
Are we going to pick them again?
I am.
We was wrong. God, we blew it.
Omeka, Egbuka, Judkins, Henderson, Caleb Downs.
I just didn't know if Michigan was good enough. Even though they brought all those older guys back, they were a good team. They didn't have a lot of great players.
We'll have to see.
Because look at all the players that went from Michigan. Like, where are they at in the draft? You don't see them really. There's a few.
If I had to do it today, I'd pick Ohio State. And then we'll look into it. They're going to win one eventually.
Yeah, of course, Gabriel. I mentioned him earlier up at Oregon. With Dan Lanning, their offense and how it's played, we expect Gabriel will have a good year.
I would be very shocked if he didn't. Taz Johnson.
Yes, Taz Johnson, receiver at Oregon, too. Also, Texas is Colin Simmons, linebacker. He's going to be a guy to put up on the list to keep out, Butkus Awards or that kind of stuff. SEC players, defensive players of the year. Texas is an SEC, guys. Don't forget. I know. We're going to go through schedules. It's coming. Once we kind of start digging down through more college b-ball, we're going to start doing schedules.
Yeah. We start breaking that down more after college basketball's over. Right.
High school.
Everybody's interested in the tourney right now.
Yeah. Right now, and then it'll cool off because once you get some good teams that get beat out, people,
and that's going to happen.
And then everybody's going to watch the championship game, April 8th.
Yeah.
Probably the 6th and the 8th is probably their most watched games. And we'll talk about those 4 teams and then the 2 we would pick. But we're going to do high school stuff, spring football. We'll talk about that kind of stuff. And also Evans and Raridon. They're Raridan.
Where's that?
Raridon.
It's got to be Raridan.
These are tight ends from Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Raridan. Yeah.
Keep on Notre Dame this year now. And don't put them too far down your list.
Well, they got Riley.
Leonard, quarterback.
I thought they would be better with Hartman. Hartman struggled this year.
Yes, he did. Very unimpressed with him.
Yeah,
super unimpressed. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
Coach Freeman's building up. They're still top.
I thought they had a good team.
Yes,
but
top recruiting class again. Another top recruiting class for Notre Dame.
They love him now. I'll just put it like this: unless he just bombs completely out, Coach Freeman's not going anywhere anytime soon.
I don't think so. I think the players respect him and they play for him.
They love him. They really like him.
Yeah.
I like him as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So it just proves that you don't have to be evil and mean to him. I don't think Saban was evil and mean to him. I think people thinks he was, but
I don't know. You talking about Tyson? I don't know. I know he smokes it up a lot on his shows a lot.
What, pot?
Yeah, but seeing what he's doing there, I don't think he's smoking up too much when he's training, and he's
a frequent marijuana user.
Oh yeah, he's got his own line, and he's got edible ear bites. It's a little bite off the top of the ear. It's like little gummies, CBD like gummies.
Yeah,
it's an ear.
Mm-hmm.
They're cherry flavored something. I don't. He's being funny, and he brought Holyfield on the show and revealed.
Oh yeah, I know. They've had a good time with that. They have.
Yeah,
I don't know if Holyfield was ever mad about that.
Mike was just frustrated, but those are some college names, guys, to keep eyes on and look out for, and some names around the SEC. Georgia's got some filling in to do, and they're still going to be potent on offense. So let's not forget.
Yeah.
Don't count out Ole Miss.
No. Even though Judkins left,
Florida, I don't know. They're going to fire Billy.
I'm afraid so.
He'll be lucky.
He may have. I heard somebody talking the other day that they were going to be pretty good, though. But their schedule's just ridiculous.
Tough.
You go 7-5. You've done a good job. I hope they recognize that. The boosters and the people over the president and the AD.
Let me go here. There's been some guys. There's been some guys leave out on the. Why is it doing that? Okay. Some people leave out on transfer portals and yada, 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 things of that nature. Yes, I was going to roll through this and give you an idea. Breaking news, class of 26, Zykia Helton decommits from Alabama. He was a guy that I think he's still open for. He's from Georgia, so I think he's still got Georgia, Auburn, A&M on his list. Rolling through some of this here. SEC champs, of course, Auburn. Former Alabama wide receiver Calvin Ridley has signed a monster 4-year deal, $92 million contract with the Tennessee Titans.
A lot of trades going on. Henry, the Ravens,
Mississippi
Barkley.
State stuns top seed Tennessee.
Yeah, that's still news, huh?
Yes, and that's something I'm going to look at. So tell us, who's a few big splatters on NFL trades? Derrick Henry to the Ravens.
Wow. Barkley to the Eagles.
Wow.
Mac Jones to the Jaguars.
Yes.
Which is obviously sent down there to be the backup.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins to the Falcons.
You like that?
I like it. I thought Fields was going to the Falcons. I heard Fields is Pickett gone from Pittsburgh.
Yes. They're doing a trade, remember? I seen that today.
Is Fields leaving Chicago or not?
Yeah.
I heard he's going to Pittsburgh now.
Yeah.
And I hadn't other big ones, Austin Eckler, Chargers, maybe going to the Commanders. Josh Jacobs, Packers.
Yes, I like that.
Possibility, or is it done deal?
I think it's done deal.
And Aaron Jones, they got rid of Aaron Jones.
Somebody retired. Donaldson retired.
Aaron Donald, yeah.
And, of course, Jason Kelce, the other Kelce brother. Yeah. Justin Fields traded to the
see, they had on there that he was
trades fall out, winner and loser from the blockbuster QB deal.
What was it? It's just rumors. I thought he was a Falcon.
Asked Bears not to trade him. for certain players. This is 3 hours ago.
Darnell Mooney signed with the Falcons from Gadsden.
Oh yeah.
He did.
Yeah, Mooney playing with the Falcons.
Sure did. And he's had a good career in Chicago.
Let's see here.
And I've not heard of a lot of defensive players leaving. Mostly offensive.
Let's see. What does this say? Get some facts. Important note for Justin Fields' trade. At least 4 additional teams inquired about trading for Fields, but Fields' representative asked him not to be traded there. He wanted the Steelers, and the Bears did right by him. And
so he's just going to stay a Bear more than likely.
The Bears are trading QB Justin Fields to the Steelers, says source, UQB in competition. But now he said he did not want, which is today. At least 4 teams, and we just read that instead of Fields will join a veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson, at Pittsburgh, according to NFL notes.
Oh, Russell Wilson going to Pittsburgh?
Wilson is currently expected to begin the season as Steelers quarterback. So I guess he's going to go be – see, the Bears acquired a draft to Fields to the Steelers Saturday in exchange for a conditional 6th-round draft pick in 2025. But as of Ian Rappaport, and Ian Rappaport does know what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Important note, again, on Justin Fields' trade, at least 4 additional teams inquired about trading for Fields. But Fields' representation, so his agent asked for Justin not to be traded there. He wanted the Steelers and the Bears did right by. Okay, so he's going to be a Steeler. They said there's a few other teams had.
But so is Russell Wilson.
Yeah. So a few other teams had asked about him.
I see why the Pittsburgh got rid of Pickett now. We wondered. I was like, why are they getting rid of Kenny Pickett?
They're going to have Justin back up Wilson.
So they've got – I don't think Pickett's that bad.
I don't either. I liked him at Pitt.
I didn't think they gave him much of a chance, but that makes more sense. If you can get somebody better – I mean, you do it, and I don't know how they got that deal.
You may bring in Fields and I may be wrong. Maybe they're going to play. He's going to play, and Russ is going to come in some, and he's going to teach.
I think so, probably.
I think Russ is going to back up Fields.
Not at first, later.
Kind of see how it goes for Russ.
Yeah,
let him knock the rust off, and maybe he fits in a different system. Baker Mayfield signed a new 3-year deal. Look, he did not do well at Cleveland. Whatever the weather, he's at Tampa. He's got the summer shorts on and the beach shirt going and the sunglasses.
Oh, and Flacco's gone. He went to the Colts.
To the Colts, yes. Welcome to the Colts.
And Desmond Ridder, I don't know if he'll get out of Atlanta or not. I mean, he could still be their quarterback. But the Falcons are expected to take somebody in the draft. That's what experts say. And Ridder will move on. Ridder may have already moved on. I think. As a matter of fact, I think he did. Tony Pollard's he went to the Titans, so he's not the Cowboys running back anymore. I don't know what they've got planned. He was their star. They don't have him or Elliott now.
You said Jacobs left Raiders, went to Green Bay?
The source I saw the other day said that was more than likely what was going to happen.
Yeah, he's a good back.
He is. Very good.
Not watching him play.
So it won't be him, and I've nearly said Aaron Rodgers. But
he may be a vice president candidate. You've seen that for Kennedy Jr. Possibility. So they drug out a bunch of notes, and if you run for any kind of office, they're going to drag up dirt, right? They're going to find out who your kindergarten teacher.
You better not. If you don't want no dirt out, you better not.
He flipped a booger on me in 3rd grade.
And if you have anything in your skeleton you don't want, don't do it.
Yeah, they brought up that he had somebody said allegedly that he made comments about Sandy Hook not being legit and that the news company didn't report on it well. Now, I think we can all agree that it wouldn't report it on well, but they tried to make him out like, somebody tried to make it out like he said that. And he come out real quick and said, that is not true.
Well, no, they come out and said that. A lot of people don't believe that happened.
Right. But Aaron said, that's not what I said. And if you can prove it, then prove it, then more, but that's not. He said, I just said that it was not reported on well. They didn't cover it right. And things look strange. But he said, I'm not going to say a bunch of kids got killed. It don't matter if you think it was fake news or not. Children died, and that's horrible.
Yeah, I don't think they would make that.
But they're trying to, dude, you go out in that line, and to go into politics, you're looking to get mowed down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's good that he come out and said that wasn't true.
Right, yeah. So
and then say, no, it didn't happen, and I still say it didn't.
Yeah.
You know?
So look for this is we're bringing this up because we don't do politics, but it has to do with Aaron, which is a Jet. And when he retires shortly, may look for him in that ring.
It could be. Obviously, we'll be a
independent. That's what he run on independent. That's what he was doing, Junior.
That's why I said it was why I paused when I said
Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yeah.
He's running as independent. So anyway, let's get off here, Dean. Y'all enjoy your week.
Yeah, we gotta go make our brackets sometime.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that out.
Thursday, I think, there's some play-in games.
Yes.
But the big ones are
Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday.
Friday, Saturday.
I think it's Thursday, Friday, first round, Saturday, Sunday, second.
Yeah.
Then the Sweet 16 will be the next week,
starting
on Thursday. You know, one year there they did it crazy. It was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they waited on Monday and Tuesday. It was.
Thank you, Jeff. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, that had something to do with COVID, though.
Yeah, I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good week, and as soon as I get something ready up, I'll put up a bracket and I'll put it on the page. So just be eyes on the page for and I'll throw it up there. And there's always sharing news on the page. So I mean, you don't have to just
good.
Just watch
this
show on Sunday. There's news on the page every day. There's stuff to share. And all kind of local
I share
stuff.
them some. I forget a lot, but I do share some
Local
good
news stuff maybe going on, or some of the teams playing. More area games will be.
I think that ought to be
Tuesday.
looked at more. There's some good stuff on our page. He shares it most of the time, but I know there was 2 days this week I shared interesting stuff. I mean, I thought it was. I don't know if that. Just go look at it. It's not.
Yeah, it's a sports show, and we don't just cover local. I mean, like the picture. Shout out to the Hulligan kid, Valley Head, up there doing a big squat, and put up a video got from him from Coach Hammond and them, and I put it up. I'm gonna share for kids, any kid. Dude, it went almost 50,000 views. 50,000. They ain't 50,000 people in this county.
No, 26.
So there's more people than just around here watching.
Or 24.
The picture I put up for the girls winning the invitational, it's over 5,000.
Right.
The next day.
Yeah.
So we're not just local anymore. So we share national news. We're going to talk about a little NFL. And right now, this time of year, we're going to do a lot of college basketball, of course, because that's what's going on. But I like to still bring some college. Hey, here's some receivers. Here's some breakout players to look for. Make your notes right now. These are teams we're getting ready to start picking and doing schedules. Spring football starting April. Sat down and had a chat with Coach Crane the other day for about an hour. Excited, new, hungry. He's been around, talked to some other and doing his own researching and building. He's going to build a team and getting everybody on the same page, junior high, varsity, and we talked about stuff like that. So I'm excited we're going to start bringing some coaches on, do some interviews. Spring football, man, 1st April.
Yeah.
If they get 2 hours a week, they can practice.
It's not much.
No, it's ridiculous. We need to keep kids from getting hurt. Safety's number one. They need to tackle better.
Yeah.
But you only get like 30 minutes a day with them. Well, how can I get better tackling? How are you going to get better at anything? You don't do it.
Yeah.
I'll go on about that for an hour. That
probably, I don't know how
that gripes me. How do you get better at tackling? Tackle. I didn't say go out there and drill them in the ground and back them up 10 yards like we used. Wham.
Yeah.
5 yards, shorts, helmet, pads, tackle, jumping, grabbing up under them, learning how to throw their hands and get around players.
That's the main thing.
Yes.
I'm serious. I'm not acting like a tackling expert, but bring your arms.
We did it when the boys
and
were
drive
little.
your legs.
We would put them on their knees facing each other and just do hands. I did those drills when they were little. Now I've had about 5 kids that we've coached through Pee Wee that's played divisions, small college, but I've had about 5 kids that played under me and Sean and Hurley and Bubba. I mean, that played college football. Slade's still playing college.
Right.
So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that what I did or what we did were the
but it's basic
ever.
stuff.
But
bring your arms, drive your feet.
Why can't we do that in high school all week? And don't give them a set time. That's what my point is. You want to get better at tackling? High school teams, let them put on pads and helmet, and they don't have to crushed each other.
Now, the part I'm not telling you is sometimes that guy you're going to bring your arms and drive your feet's pretty dang tough. But, you got to get used to it, and you got to do it.
Through the tackle. You're trying to go through them into the ground. I mean, you want to tackle the ground behind them, right? Yes. That's the idea. And it takes time to learn that. But anyway.
I believe in reps, and that's all I'll say.
Yes.
Reps.
You cannot get better. So I talked to Coach Crane a little while, and I seen Coach Kelly last week a day or two. They are working out like their hair's on fire over there. Music bumping.
Like they're playing in the state title tomorrow.
I mean, they're
going to go in there and say, hey, guys, take you a day.
No. Nope. They're going to make another run at it.
Yeah.
They will. I'm looking forward to spring football. All right. I get excited about football. You can tell how we get excited talking about it.
Yeah, we like football.
I'm ready for.
It's really our favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, not knocking the others.
No, I like the others. I coach more baseball than I have anything. Yeah. I like the game, but it's
basketball. I love coaching basketball, playing it, watching it.
It's chess. Baseball is just chess.
Take that back. I don't love playing basketball. There's a lot of running.
Football is more explosive plays and more big plays, and in baseball you're thinking about you're working ahead,
right?
What am I going to do? And when the pitch gets this infield, we're adjusting, and there's a lot of
basketball. You just go down. And shoot the best team don't win.
Just go down and shoot it. Just go down and shoot the ball. That's all they do more.
Yeah, anymore. Yeah. That's all the pros do.
That's all they do. Come down and shoot it. All right, Jake said he's tired too.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. We love y'all. Thank you very much for hanging around. The best dang sports show going. North Alabama here. We're growing like crazy. We got it going on. We appreciate and thank everybody, all the new followers and people.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back one day this week. Have some more news coming on. And this time of year, it is kind of slow, but I try to keep you guys up to date. So stay tuned for more. And congrats again to the all local stuff, county invitationals and
Cherokee County, Coach
girls
Weaver.
First teams, and we'll see you out one day this week. And my final note, I always have to do this: weather. Dang Tuesday morning.
I know.
You better put on a coat
30 degrees.
And a boggin. Don't leave the house Tuesday morning without a coat and a boggin. It's gonna be cold Tuesday morning. Maybe not a lot of rain in the forecast, but that's it for Weatherman Matt.
The big weather man.
All right, y'all keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God as always. Have a good week.
Have a good one. See you guys.